Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Anthony Speciale with Hawkeye Traders. Happy Tuesday. I hope today so far is going well for y'all. Before we jump in, just want to let you guys know everything that I share with you today is just for example. Please do not take any of what I share with you, although it is relative to what's going on, as financial advice. Tonight I want to talk about the energy market. There's quite a bit going on. Some of you may know that I write an editorial called Big Energy Profits. The reason I want to talk about the energy market is right now it's stagnant. Sometimes knowing when not to trade is more important than knowing when to trade. So I just want to jump in real quick, show you guys what's going on in a couple of the hot tickets for the United States energy market. So here we have the light sweet crude contract. You can see that there's a setup here on the daily chart, but we're going to take a look at a couple different pictures here. So the most recent valid entry was at 42.52, excuse me. But if we take a peek over here at the weekly chart, we could see that we're sitting right in supply. So although the entry was clean, the market is really in this form of congestion. It's not going anywhere fast. So with that being said, now is not the time to take not to take the trade. If we look at the monthly chart, there's definitely some wiggle room, but the weekly is certainly holding it. Our next upside long term would be looking at 55.10. That would be our next target to the upside. So, we got a little bit of time before we break out of this pattern before we even consider getting that far. The next thing I want to look at is the RB market, the gasoline market. Once again, similar situation here. On our daily chart, we did have a confirmed long entry, which thus far is still hanging around break even. But if we peek over here to the weekly, it's shaded because it broke, but there was a supply zone at the time that this trade entry was offered, so it was certainly not a valid trade to take. Looking down here at the monthly, we are sitting in demand, so there is a little wiggle room until we find supply. It just, once again, this market is consolidating. It's moving away in a sideways manner. It's just not trending. We're going to take a look here at home heating oil. Similar situation. We can look at the daily chart. The last confirmed entry. The market is literally just stagnant. It's not going anywhere. Peeking over at the weekly chart, same thing. We were sitting in a supply zone when this trade was triggered. It's just not clean. The idea here is not to take trades that don't make sense. In the monthly chart, like the previous ones also, it shows that there's room for wiggle. But right now it's very range bound. The entire energy sector right now is very range bound. We take a peek here at natural gas. Natural gas is pulling hard at the entry here on the daily chart thus far. But we're still not far away from our entry. If we take a peek over here at our weekly chart, you're looking at we're sitting in supply. So we would have already hit our target. There was just such an ever so slight bit of wiggle room there that the risk reward to take this trade just didn't make sense. On the monthly chart, like the others, there's still some room for play, but it just shows you across the board all the energy sector pieces are just not cooperating at the moment. They're just not trending. I shouldn't say they're not cooperating. They're just not trending. But this is the power of our tools. This is the power of Hawkeye. It's able to show us the confluence of consistency that the market's not going anywhere. So, let's trade things that are moving and let's let things that are sitting idle sit idle. There's no reason to risk capital in areas of the market that are not performing. And the energy sector at the moment is one of those, areas that are certainly not performing. This was something that I found and I kind of liked it. There's two different mindsets in life, and this goes as a trader, as a business person, as an employee, as a human being. Either your mind is wrapped around growth or your mind is wrapped around just being fixed, right where you are. And that's okay. Some people, don't like to be challenged. Some people get frustrated and give up. Some of them they just don't want to, or they think they can't, and they prefer to just stick to what they know. And then there's other people that failure is a form of opportunity for them to grow. That challenge gives them growth. The effort and attitudes that determines their abilities. They enjoy feedback that is constructive. They take that and it makes them a stronger person. And sometimes it's hard to have the growth mindset when you're in a fixed mindset. It's very difficult to evolve from one to the other. It's easy to go from growth to fixed. It's not so easy to go from fixed to growth. But it's it's a challenge as an individual. It's also something that people need to grow through. And it's part of development. It's part of being a better you, for yourself, not for anybody else. You have to be a better person for yourself before you can do for others. And I just thought I'd share this with you guys today. Trading requires a growth mindset. Trading requires learning from your failures. Trading requires being humbled by your failures and not discouraged. So I just like I said, I want to share this with you guys. I went through a lot of growing pains as a trader, but I maintained my growth mindset, and that's what's brought me to where I am and as successful as I am today. And without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. I mean, this reverts to the just what I showed you previously. I thought this was a clever and fitting quote, so that's why I grabbed it for today. You guys grow together, find progress, and I'm telling you, the achievement and success, in steps, and no matter how small, will continue to grow for you. Life is a compounding process. One day at a time, builds empires. So, with that, I just want to wish everybody a happy Tuesday. I hope you have a beautiful day, a profitable day, and God bless. Have a great day. Bye-bye.